YouTube. This is more for the people on the computer forums that had doubt about the systems I run here at home and stuff, and not my regular subscribers. But I don't think it'll come to any shock as my normal viewers who know about all the, I own 15-20 of the exact same tool. Should come as no surprise to them about my computer systems. My 4 main modern ones. But I'll take you through them for the people that actually want to see them. Here you go. I'll start with the box down here. This is the Fantex P300A, or Airflow. These are updated from the older Fantex cases that had solid front panels. These have the ultrafine mesh on them. I'll give you a peek inside there. They are Cougar Vortex fans. For the I think you'll see that as a trend as we go along here. It's the inside of the first box, and I'll bring it up here on the screen so you can see the main board in this one. It's a Gigabyte B550 Aorus Pro. This is the only B550 board that I have. It is running the latest BIOS at F4 that was just released about a week ago. The graphics card's GTX 1660. No, I do not game. I do not game at all. I don't care about frames per second in games. That's totally meaningless to me. And on my systems with the NVIDIA cards, actually, I forget what are they? It's like a production version driver. I forget the exact name of it, but I don't even run the gaming driver in my NVIDIA card systems. The processor in this one, it's the AMD Ryzen 5 3600. You probably see it there at the top. And there you can see it's idling at just below 30 degrees Celsius. So for you guys that think it's normal for these to idle in the 50 to 55 degrees, that's not what mine idle at. And here's a little temperature thing over here. You can see it's 73 degrees in here right now. So it's not like I got the AC turned up and it's really cold in here. Just the CPU information. I forget. I think this one does have 32 gigs. Yeah, 32 gigs of 3600. They are. It's the G.Skill Ripjaws 5 on this system. The screen. That's a 32-inch LG. It is 4K. I don't know the exact model number. The speaker system, it's almost a 10-year-old Corsair. I think they are the SP200s. They still work fine. The keyboard on this one's the old discontinued Microsoft Sidewinder ×4. Still works fine. And an old Gigabyte mouse. I don't remember what the model is of that. Oh yeah, I did, for people that are interested, this is the new Google Pixel 4a. I'm not a cell phone guy though, so the only thing I use a cell phone for is checking my email and the weather. But that is the new Pixel 4a. I'm on Google Fi. That's who my cell phone service is through. But I don't, the people that use their cell phone for everything, which screen would you rather look at? It's no contest for me. So, as I said, I'm just not a cell phone person. I do have I forget what this card reader, all my computers have card readers in them. I forget which one that is, some SanDisk one. But it only has the 3 slots that I have like 10 cameras. And I only have one that uses compact flash. And then you got your SD card and micro SD. Those are the only 3 slots that I need. So I guess I do have the printer hooked. It's an old HP, just a black and white printer. Rarely used. I try and keep it covered up and the dust off it. So that's System 1, and we will move on to System 2. Okay, on to System 2 here. This is also a Ryzen 5 3600 system. It has the exact same processor as the previous computer I just showed you. And I'll show you what's all on this one here. Starting down at the bottom, this is also a Fantex case. This is the Fantex P400A. And again, it is full of Cougar Vortex fans. Try and get that glare off of the glass on it. This is the CPU cooler on this one. It's a Ravine Hans model. It's currently today, whatever the date is, like the 30th of August 2020. That cooler is available on Amazon for $25. And as you will see, it keeps this CPU perfectly cool. The graphics card in this one is the AMD 5500 XT. Once again, I have to emphasize, I do not play computer games at all. So there you can see the rest of the fans though and everything in this one. This one also has a Fantex AMP 650 power supply in it. And those are made by Seasonic. It says Seasonic right on the box. And the previous system has a Corsair RM650 in it. We'll bring it. This is the screen on this one's only 27 inches. And it's a 1080 one. Actually, this screen was left over from my old Intel 2500K system. And a 32-inch screen just didn't fit very nice on this workbench that I have this one sitting on. So we're just using the 27-inch here. But if you can read that, you see this one idles 28 degrees Celsius with that cheap $25 Ravine cooler on it. This one, it is it's a Gigabyte. This one they do not call the Aorus. It's just the X570 Gaming X motherboard. And this one only has 16 gigs of again, it's a G.Skill Ripjaws 5 memory. Now you can see the graphics card info. The studio driver was what I was thinking of for the NVIDIA cards. Well, AMD's don't have that, so it does have the gaming driver, but it is the latest one. The BIOS on the motherboard is the latest, the F21. You can just see the task manager stuff. And the memory, yeah, 16 gigs of 3200. Keyboard and mouse are just, these are old Microsoft. These are, it's like an office keyboard. And the Microsoft mouse. The thing I like about the Microsoft keyboards is they have a calculator button on them, like right here. You just push that and boom, your calculator pops right up. I like that feature on the Microsoft keyboards. Probably doesn't mean a lot for other people, but I like it. The speakers, these are like $20 Alltech Lansing models. And just again another SanDisk card reader on this machine as well. So that concludes system number 2. Okay, system number 3 here. This is it's a Ryzen 7 3700X system. And again, we'll start with the box. This is the Fantex P500A. This is a newly released case, and if you didn't buy one the day after they were released, good luck. I bought it directly from Fantex, from their web store. And we'll show it. Well, this one, actually, the kind of a nice feature of this, I think, is this door is on hinges on this one. There you can open it. That'll get rid of some of the glare on this one. But we'll give you a peek inside it. There's 3 140 again, Cougar Vortex fans. 2 up top, and then 1 in the back. It's also a Fantex CPU cooler, orange in color. And this has a Seasonic Focus Gold 650 in it. That's what powers this one. Yes, I do like Fantex cases. The biggest problem with Fantex is availability. I mean, they don't seem to manufacture a ton of them, you know, when they come out with them. And if you don't jump on them when you see them available, you might be waiting months before you'll be able to pick their stuff up. I really like that case though, it's nice. On this one for a monitor, this is a Samsung monitor, 32 inch, 4K, don't know the exact model number. Picked it up at Micro Center. Like a lot of my hardware does come from Micro Center. I'm lucky enough to have one close enough to drive to, and you can usually get some pretty good deals there. The speakers, I forget the speakers. They can't come from Amazon. And again, there you can see a Ryzen 7 system idling below 30 degrees Celsius. And again, you can see it's 73 inside here. So for you guys that have systems that idle at, you know, 50 degrees Celsius, I don't know what's going on. None of mine do. The motherboard in this one, it is the Gigabyte Aorus Pro Wi-Fi X570. Again, running the latest BIOS F22 on this one. This has the NVIDIA 1660 Super. Again, running the studio driver, not the gaming driver. I do not game. There's a task manager, the CPU info running. And this one I do have 64 gigs of 3200 speed. Again, G.Skill Ripjaws 5. That memory runs fine in Ryzen systems. The keyboard on this one, it is a G.Skill, I think it's like X570 or something. It is, you know, it has RGB if you want to put all those gay ass colors, make it flash across. Mine's just solid orange. G.Skill mouse on this one. The Gigabyte extra large mouse pad. I forget the name of the card reader on these. These are USB-C though. Linton, that's it. You can get these on Amazon. They are USB-C. And that's the card reader I use on this. You can see I have more programs installed on this. And what I mainly use this Ryzen 7 system for is photo editing. It has a bunch of hard drives in it. Let's see if I can bring that up here. There. Those are all separate hard drives that are installed on this system. They're not partitioned. And the two previous systems just have NVMe 1 terabyte, the Micro Center house brand. I think it's Inland or something. So there we go with system number 3. Alright, on to system 4, and this is my last of 4 current systems. It is the AMD Ryzen 9 3900X. It's the 12 core model. This one is not in a Fantex case. This is actually, it's the Lian Li LAN-Cool 2 that I converted to the LAN-Cool 2 mesh. You can buy this kit. Newegg had it, maybe has it for sale, where you get the mesh front, and you also get this mesh side panel here. So we'll open that up. This is also a nice case. Has 3. These are all hot swappable drive bays. I don't hot swap them, but you can see the lights lit up there, and it does have 3 other hard drives installed there. And then this one again is on a hinged door. Again, Cougar Vortex fans throughout again. The CPU cooler in this one, it's also a Gigabyte product. It's the ATC 800. And one kind of thing I do like about it is these LEDs on the side. These ones will change color as it heats up. You can see it's idling blue, so this system is idling nice and cool. The graphics card in this one's an AMD 5700 non-XT. Close it up. And show you the top. Again, this is another LG 4K monitor. But again, see what that idle's at? You know, almost 32 degrees Celsius, but hey, you know, 12 core processor. The motherboard in this one is the Gigabyte Aorus Ultra X570. Again, running the latest BIOS F22. There's a AMD RX 5700 non-XT. Some people might, why are you running an AMD card if you use that for production? I do my video editing in Sony Vegas 17, and you actually get very good acceleration with AMD cards on that software. I don't care about Adobe software. Adobe stuff runs buggy. Talk to the people that run it professionally. It crashes all the time, hangs up. You don't have that problem with Vegas 17. You can see, you know, again, this one definitely has the most hard drives in it. This PC. There's 6 individual hard drives installed in this. The speaker system on this one, these are Sound Blaster X, I guess. I know they came from Micro Center. Same Linton card reader. It was on the previous computer. And also this same keyboard, this G.Skill model. But the mouse on this one's a Cougar. I think it's the Minos XT. I like it though, works fine. So that's it. I guess I could have showed, the power supply in this one is also a Seasonic 650 Gold. I keep the boxes just so I remember what's in each case here. There's the boxes from the first 2 systems. Again, that cooler's a good bargain. Currently, $25 on Amazon. I should say that first system I showed you, it does have the Noctua NHU12S, but I did replace Noctua fans with Cougar. That's how much I like them. And this is from system number 3. Anyone that might have wanted that Fantex model, the CPU cooler. And I have a couple extra Noctua coolers over here. As you can see, the way all my systems idle, you know, I don't need to put Noctuas on them, but I do have them here. Sometimes, you know, I like experimenting with stuff. So that is the 4 main systems that, you know, I use daily. And I'll show you a couple others. Okay, this will be system number 5. This is on the other side of my shop here. And it's just used for music streaming. It's hooked to a, you know, old sound system, and that's the only thing I use it for. But I'll give you a peek at what's in it. It's an old Intel E6800 dual core, clocked at 3.33 gigahertz. The motherboard, again, Gigabyte G41 MT-S2P. There never was a BIOS update for it. So you can see it's, you know, BIOS date 12/31 of 2010. It's got the big mighty NVIDIA GT430 in it. And there you can see the temps that this one runs at, you know. It's an Intel, of course it runs hotter. But the box that it's in, it's an old Corsair. I think this is the 600T graphite. It's originally had a Phenom 2 system in it. And then that's the old stereo that it's hooked up to. Just a cheap ass Logitech. You know, it's a Bluetooth keyboard, wireless. But again, this is only thing this is for is streaming music. And it works absolutely fine for that. You can see it's in my shop. So here's a quick peek at system number 5. Okay, last system here. It is my old Intel i5 2500K system. I made this one, assembled it back in 2011. Still runs fine. I did change the case. It used to be in a Corsair Carbide 400 case. This was also a Corsair case. I don't remember the exact model number on it. It was something cheap I found at Micro Center. But see, got the old 5 1/4 drive bays with a DVD and a fan controller and card reader. Just very cheap Microsoft keyboard on this now and mouse. It's info from the you can see it dancing around. And there's the processor info. Forget what, of course it's a Gigabyte motherboard, the only ones I run. Gigabyte Z77X UD5H running F14 BIOS that are from 2012. The graphics in this, NVIDIA GTX 560. It's the original graphics card. And there you can see what, you know, this one's idling. You know, 33, 31, 30, you know, pretty much like the Ryzen systems. The cooler in this one, I believe it's the Scythe Mugen 3, I want to say, from that time era. The good thing, this used to be a popular thing on cases, these side vents. It just, you know, it takes nice cool fresh air and just blows it right on the graphics card. And see, well, this cooler is pretty tall, so I couldn't get an additional fan on the side up here. But it is my old main system, and the thing still works fine. I took the overclock off of it once I moved it into this new case, just because when I got into more video editing, this CPU was great in its day. It does not have the horsepower for even 1080. And then you try and run 4K video through that processor, you know, you'd be Rip Van Winkle before it gets finished with a project. So it's system number 6, and that's the main ones out here in my shop. And believe it, in my house I use a laptop, but I don't do any real work on, you know, just a web browser basically. So there you go, you have it. It's all 6 of my desktop computers. For people that wanted to see them. I know this video won't get very many views. I don't care. My channel's not monetized. And so there you go. Thanks for watching, for those that stuck throughout.